There are fruits in this world. The devil gives special powers to humans. And any AI that comes of age, everyone eats it to get their own skills. Lei is a guy who always dreams that I will have great fighting skills to become a famous explorer. My best friend Lena heard that. I also want to sing with my husband. But life is not as it should be. Lei ended up as a fruit farmer. But you don't know that you just have to work hard. It's a matter of sooner or later. In the future. And it started 2 months ago. Under the guidance of the nun in the convent. Everyone has to eat fruit demons to get their own skills. And there's an iron law that the AI must follow. It's that a person can only eat one fruit in a lifetime. There were people who didn't like their skills. Eat the second fruit. As a result, it all exploded and filled the haunted house. So if you don't get combat skills, Lei's dream of being an explorer will be shattered. Now every famous explorer, they all have a great skill. Lena was the first to eat the devil fruit. She immediately felt her body hot. Next string, she awakens the holy sword skill, top of the top. She was stunned to see that. I can't believe a small town here could be born. Holy sword. So she hurried the news to the big associations. Then it was Lei's turn to get the power. The dreams of the world. It was finally extinguished because the skill you get is a fruit master. This skill helps you pick more fruit than once and can shorten the growing time. It's as if you were born to be a farmer. At this point, Lena comfortedly sang no Sal. I'll go and plant a tree with you. But who expected Ms. Sun to hear the thunder? The holy sword is rare. It takes 15 minutes for a person to appear. For the development of the country, Lena must go to the holy city to become an explorer. Lena promised to come back and find Lei. I can't believe that in just 2 short months, Lena broke through the 6th century and became a level explorer. The earliest S so far. At this time, she has become a superstar known home. But Lei still dreams of one day being with Lena. Fight! So I never give up. Still training hard. But the ability to fight, it's just enough to scare the ants. I feel so desperate because if this is the case, Lena probably doesn't even remember who you are. During this time period, for some reason, my god, that Lei adopted a lowly girl named Ayla. It turns out that the bad village chief forced Ayla to be my adopted sister. Fortunately, Ayla is very obedient. 3 days of preparation for Chill Lei. Recently, Lei devoted himself to growing the devil fruit. Hope to sell at a good price and make money to buy a soul weapon. I remember telling Ayla that 2 crates of devil fruit in the back, if not allowed by you. Absolutely not to touch. But who expected Ayla to wake up? I gave you evil fruit for dinner tonight. The devil is in this food. It sounds like petrification right away. The warnings explode. Her life is still in her ears. Immediately, Lei felt the whole person hot, just as it felt 2 months ago. Think about it. I gave up because I thought I was going to die. Ayla is worried about me. She comforted me by saying it's not my fault. Only because I didn't tell you before. But a second later, I found out I wasn't doing anything. But because Ayla also ate the devil fruit, that's how she got her appraisal skills. Like this skill, Ayla discover Lei's fruit master skill has made you immune to the toxins of every evil fruit. And that's how he got his second skill, the sword god. The effect of this skill is, he used the sword to attack. Your power will soar. Not only that, you also gain significant magical resistance. Hear that? Lei was eager to test the power of his divine sword. With God's blessing sword skill, you just need to cut one in front of me like tofu. So the next day, Lei hung down to the Expedition Association to register as an explorer. I'm excited because we finally have a chance to stand shoulder to shoulder with Lena. But now there's a blind VA explorer in Lei. He's not just not sorry, but they also blame Cho. He now recognizes the future. That's the guy selling fruit at the market. So he taunted and told Lei's position. It's on the farm. Lei, though, still ignored his provocation and tried to lead Ayla. I thought the guy was angry and pulled out his sword. But I didn't expect it was easy to stop this sudden attack. I saw that. The guy couldn't believe it. But trying to save face, I should say that I've taken it easy. Not long after, he is on a mission to destroy monsters. And the target of this mission is a Slim. Ayla's appraisal skills. It shows that this Slim has a stronger defense compared to other monsters. Live is not like the old days. You just need to swing your hand and it works. This young monster. See that Lei? Also surprised. The power of the sword. A single blow cracked the ground. But suddenly there's a cry for help nearby. And that's the group of 3 rookies who made fun of Lei. This unlucky guy didn't expect it for the first time. Launched as an explorer, he touched the giant demon. Brutal should not appear here. With their power right now, defeating it is impossible. At this point, Lei stood in the distance screaming to ask the situation. The rules immediately get a bad idea. He deliberately lured this monster to the live stream as bait. I saw these 3 unscrupulous people running by. But you're still standing. For defeating the giant demon, this is the ideal start for your exploration career. Ayla quickly reminded her brother to be careful not to get hit, because God's sword skills don't increase defense. If you get hit, you'll be dead immediately. Listen, Lei, concentrate all the power. The sword in his hand. Then you jump into the air. Use all your life and swing your hands. Only one trick you succeeded. Young monster is out doing too. 3 young men watching from a distance. I was also stunned by this scene. They can't believe it. That's how powerful a fruit seller is. Soon after, Lei returned to the association to pay his duty, but I didn't expect to meet the expedition team, as also came here, in which there's a bright star floating like alcohol. It's Saint Lena, the idol of countless explorers. Lei eagerly ran over to say hello to Lena. But I can't believe. Friend Mori Bamboo, code just for awakening the divine sword endowment. I went to school in the holy city for 2 months, but when we meet again, she said she didn't know me. I thought I was the first and lucky guy. I have a crush this year. I can't believe you swore to be together forever. Now turn your back as if you're not familiar. But it turns out there's a secret to everything. A while later, Lena disguised herself and reappeared. She said Lei was quiet. Otherwise, it is very troublesome to reveal your identity. Lena right now, surprised to ask that Lei came back to the association. That is, he claims to be the main character of the series. The world has awakened the second skill, is the sword god. So you've officially become an explorer. Lena was immediately delighted to hear that, because their dreams are finally coming true. Then Lei curious. I want to know about Lena's life in the Rossau expedition. Who expected Lena to immediately appear sad? Turns out she's got it, forced to work with bad teammates. Chosen by the saint, even if you make a lot of money. But the atmosphere on the team is unbearable. That's why she pretended not to accept delay. It wasn't long before you joined this team. The whole team was on a mission to destroy a demonic snake. Then the magician struck first. He used fire magic to subdue this evil serpent. But suddenly there's a strong wind blowing, pushing land flames into the nearby field. Lena tried to stop it, but the blonde captain, smiling, doesn't care. Then the evil snake was defeated, but the neighboring field was completely destroyed. And then Bruce saw that. He said that if vegetables are lost, they can be replanted, but if we don't get rid of the worms, sooner or later, many people will lose their lives. It's important to protect people's lives. Yes, but Lena. No, well, these guys only care about the results, no matter what consequences. Then she expressed her dissatisfaction with the saint. I can't believe this saint is nothing. She thinks that compared to the destruction of the field, history only remembers the false saint excellently defeated the demon snake. But Lena can't tell the truth. Let the future hear this. But with a keen eye, I quickly recognized Lena. It's hard to say. If you are not satisfied with the current team, why don't you leave and join my team? But Lena shook her head and said no. Without realizing, my tears were rolling down my cheeks. Soon after, Lei received 10,000 gold for defeating the OG monster. But I can't be happy right now, because compared to the future, I'm more worried about Lena's condition. I don't know what the false saints made you do. Right now, Ayla suggested you just ask her straight up. Just in time for the fake saints lounge door opening up, and the captain's name was Bruce. I'm also sitting around with cute girls. Now a curious girl asked about the feat, his hunting today. So the Glorious replied, just take down the grizzly bear. It's as easy as carrying hands. The magician uses magic to restrain it. Then he struck the end as gently as not. In this world, no monster can stop their deadly combo. But the association reception received a complaint from the local population. They complain that their fire evaporates the entire water reservoir. Bruce is still awake. They say people are asking for help, so they're doing it, because their skills are so strong. Sacrifice is inevitable. Take the road, for example. Who has time to avoid stepping on ants? In front of Bruce's absurd fallacy, the receptionist was confused and couldn't answer Sal. At this point, Lei suddenly appeared. I heard the whole conversation. I know Lena can't stand these people. I asked her to leave the team. But your sudden behavior is considered a fan with Lena. So you're fired straight out of the break room. Other explorers advised Lei, don't confront Bruce, because the one who supports him is the saint. Until then, the whole country will have no room for you. The next day, Lena can't stand these damn comrades anymore. Just because they're lucky enough to have powerful skills, who gloriously did not regard others as anything. And Lai's words yesterday gave Lena courage. She said she was leaving the team and going out, but did not expect Bruce flashed one that blocked the door. No one on this team is allowed to disobey him. Even if it's Lena's powerful holy sword skills, he couldn't even touch his hair. Lena knows she's no match for Bruce, unable to let go of the sword. But right then and there he slapped Lena in the face. The next person is close to the boys. If you are on this team, you are mine. Don't ever get out of this place. Hearing that, Lena immediately collapsed and became confused. You just need to keep suffering. We can still save more people. But I can't wait to stand in front of them. Then he invited Lena to come out hunting with him. Lena didn't want to get involved in Lei, so I keep pretending I don't know you. But Lei repeated the promise of their childhood. It's about becoming great explorers together. So I challenged Bruce to a duel. If Lei wins, he must release Lena raw. Bruce didn't want to fight. Smiling, he said he was afraid of losing. So Bruce immediately accepted the challenge. He wanted to take the opportunity to teach Lei a lesson, so he added a bet. If Lei loses, he will be expelled out of the Exploration Society forever and never set foot in the Holy City. Hear that? Lei does not need to think but accepts this condition. Under the eyes of Ayla's judgment, Lei knows Bruce's skill is speed, allowing him to attack faster than the average person. To be fair, Lei has publicly stated that he possesses two skills, but Bruce didn't believe it, so he rushed to attack. To face Bruce's attack, they can only use the sword to defend themselves. But soon, his sword was also cut in two. I see Bruce. Lena swore to obey him forever. He will spare the future. But Lei assured Lena not to worry, because Gru is just a weak, useless guy. So Lena decided to put all her faith in me. In front of everyone's eyes, she sided with Lei and confronted Gru. And Bruce felt humiliated. He swore to execute both of them. The sword is no longer usable, so Lei borrowed a broom from an uncle who was watching. And then you hold a broom and you imagine it's as hard as steel, long as a sword. Bruce was extremely angry. He rushed in as fast as lightning. And so it's like going live and taking down Crew in seconds. The other team members were scared as well. I dare not say half a word. Lai's invitation to join the team again. I finally agreed to join your team. But soon after, a kid, blue hair, carries the Order of the Saint to millions of ants. Lena. But she didn't hesitate to refuse. No matter how many times, your answer is the same. You're not going back to the False Saints. I didn't want to see the Saint. Despite the loss of the S-level Explorer's compensation, you don't care. Who expected the Saints' revenge to come as fast as lightning? Make the association just give it to them. Stupid quests with a low-life low. But Lena didn't hesitate to take on every task. Whether it's helping her find her cat or going down the drain and killing mice. 3 people only earn $100 a day, but Lena was satisfied. Because you've always wanted to use your skills to help people in need. Even if you just do things, she's still happier with the False Saints. When you see Lena happy, Natural Hybrid is also fun. At the same time, Lena is happier. But they didn't know the Saint was still playing tricks. I'm going to give them a super dangerous S-level mission. I heard that. The blue-haired boy was worried. Because outside of Lena, others may lose their lives because of this mission. But the Saint doesn't care. Because she wants Lena to pay for her actions. Lena doesn't know anything right now. I am so excited to announce this good news to you. Finally, someone just assigned the task to them. Ayla saw that and hurriedly prepared a bag of snacks. Because using appraisal skills, you need to add sugar. Then she glanced at the pile of devils next to her and thought they might be useful. Then the group goes to the Adventurers Guild to get the mission. But the receptionist warned, I don't know if it's a monster or a human. I know it started 2 months ago. An expedition to investigate the Northern Canyon is suddenly missing. The people who were sent to find them also turned silent. There's even some explorers. Class A suffers the same fate. Lena right now. I suddenly realized that some of them had old friends. No one knows what happened to them. Only that they all went to the former Earl's mansion, Monteith, but there's no record of his ability. The house was also ruined because no one took care of it for a long time. And their mission this time is to find the missing and investigate the cause of their disappearance. However, even advanced explorers can't go back either. The danger level of the mission is assessed. Deviations are too serious. Lena realized something was wrong. When you come back to Advise Live, abandon the mission this time. But you're a risk taker. So I've been eager to leave for a long time. When we arrived, the canyon was covered in thick fog. The horse did not dare to go any further. The whole group got off the horse for a walk. They carefully step by step to cross this hanging cliff. Lei admired the whiteness of the Earl's mansion. It cost a lot of money to build them. I can't believe Lena is an underground giant. If you want to buy it, you only need a few months. The contribution is enough money for making money for high-end explorers. It's not that hard. Lei is dreaming of building a giant farm. And the wholesale and retail devil for trade. Ayla wants a candy house that never ends. Children dare to dance in dangerous places. As a result, the ground collapsed. They made the whole group fall. Fortunately, Lei is quick to swing the sword to create the wind. Reduce VA force touching when falling. That's how you protected the entire landing team. But it hasn't stopped. Because hidden in the fog, the enemy has surrounded them ever since. Lena is stunned right now. It's obvious that the people surrounding them are all human. But now they've been turned into zombies. Not only that, they can even bite people to create more species. And though dead, zombies can still use their skills while they're alive. It's absolutely brutal with the skill of the explorer. It turns out that's why they can't go back. When the undead Lal came to take Lei down, Lena quickly swung her sword and cut them to pieces. The undead I finally woke up and was released. Then 3 people stormed into the building. There are more enemies inside than outside. Hybrid realized Lena flexible, changed the attack depending on the type of enemy. She had clearly mastered her holy sword skill. On the contrary, Lei's sword skills are stronger. But I woke up not long ago. I lost a few places to Lena. Suddenly a zombie is trying to attack Ayla. Lena immediately rushed to the aid. Accurately pierced through the armor gap, hit the enemy's heart. It was a bloody battle. Lei is now awake. To protect everyone, I can't wait any longer. But what makes you wonder? There's only 18 explorers missing. That the number of undead they met far exceeded that number. Because there's no clue, so they went to the 2nd floor to investigate. But Lei didn't know. The man behind it all is targeting you. Soon enough, Lei, the undead on the 2nd floor can jump and attack, not to mention faster movement. It's as if they have their own consciousness. See Ayla. Use an evaluation and confirm that they are under control. It means there's someone behind the body control. Live this now, Lei. I found a hallway full of wires, leads to the last room. And on the rope there's magic. Surely the mastermind is at the end of that line. Then 3 people entered a large hall. There's a redhead tied up into braids. Dressed very strangely coming out of the dark. She calls herself Dratna. Elite team member, Black Swan of the Dark Forces. Right then, under the control of this redhead, so many undead people have appeared. Ayla discovered that her skill was swordsmanship. You can use wires to control the corpse and spirit monsters. Even, it uses the power of the controlled. Innocent hybrid. I think she's here for the mission of the association. But it turns out she came just to destroy Lei. Because you've become a thorn in the ASI? I heard that Lei finally understood that this plot was aimed at me.